obstacles of my path to liberation and omniscience. And omniscience be made experience happiness, be separate from suffering severely. I wish to reach the divinity of one surpass perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. The Lord don't worry, die, no worry, Torbo don tom jin jin be barde ju bar zeba dom je je zo zebe ma nang ga dan yam be zim jin dom je de wa dan de dong ara dan jar nyor de la na me ba yan da bar zo be zan ju rum bo je do bar za Thus, under achieving enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From no under this time, speech and mind unto death. I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From no under this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. We take refuge in the kind rule of mind lineage lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas or yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas and Dakinis and the Dhamma guardians, possessors of eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and the likewise in the example of Bodhisattvas. As previous Buddhas embodied the enlightened mind and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path are true for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhichitta and applying myself to accomplish the stage of the path. In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment's reach. By the merit of Janaras and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and faithful mind to all Tathagatas in the 10 directions. Those who have already reaching the Tathagata state, those who are reaching it at the present, and those Tathagata state to come. Through the power of Samanta Buddha's prayers, may all Buddhas manifest within my mind. I posted to them, multiplying my body as many times as there are atoms of the earth. In each atom I visualize as many Buddhas as there are atoms, surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas, thus all space filled with Buddha and the Buddha's Bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great origin of the excellent qualities. To all Buddhas I make offerings of arrows, pure flowers, flower garlands, of music, anointing oils, manifesting light, and fragrant incense. I make offerings to them of firm garment, perfume and purple, for the highest moon meadow, and orange the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and most extensive offerings and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I prostrate to the Buddhas and make offerings to them following the deeds of the great Bodhisattva Samanthabhadra. I confess to you, Buddha, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas and the 10 directions of those great Bodhisattvas and the Pacceka Buddhas, those who have attained Aharaship, those who have entered the path of Aharash and all other beings. I request to all great protectors and the Buddhas to turn the highest way of Dharma as the light dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions, leading them gradually to enlightened states. I supplicate those Buddhas intending passing to Nirvana to living long for as many eons as there are atoms of the earth, in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through postrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. The ground is sprinkling with the sainted water and strewn with the flowers. It is adorned with the Meru, the Spirit Mountain, the 4 continents, and the sun and the moon. As I feed, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness as a Buddha feels. To the Lama who possesses the three kayas, I offer outer, inner, and sacred offerings. With my body, word, and all that is visible, please grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Om Guru Rena Mandala Punza Manga Samandra Savarana Samaye Ahom. Eco refuge, your name of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are Victor Vajadara Vidwadot. I bow at the feet of Father injecting Sungong, continue the attain with no one but you. Compassion, the one grant your blessings. Dispel darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unliberated nature of the mind. Please stand aware of the Dharma of the two vehicles and the combination according to this position and likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. Long press to Manjushri, we're going to do Tibetan. Kanga Lode Dimye Dendaranya Daran Anda Razar Vajinye Dongain Jijen Ziza Yeja Toga Luan Zen Kanda Isibe Zonra Mare Mendong Dongare Jezerve Roso gen la beje darze yen lai zhuje yan den zong. Ro dar je ro nye mong nye ngong le je jia ro rong ze jen. Ma re men ser dong hara nyu ge je nye jung ze ra de nam. Don ne da jen sab jen tar sen yong den le zo jar ze ge. Jia zhai jia dan yu ni yin zhi da long men zi ju lan de. Om Arapa Sanade, 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 Om Wange Shorum, 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 You who are the perfect youthful body, whose flame of wisdom blazes, and dispel the darkness of worldly ignorance, are posted before you and pressed to Manjushri. Yone gelen jangwai bo yi xie do me rab den baran ji den de mo men saro jambar yang la zan zar do. Okay, today I'm going to sharing with you the teaching is called Mountain Small Offering, Orange for Riwo recitation. First I do transmission and then we're going to practice and share the teaching. First, I do the transmission. Riwo Sangcho, Jian Dong, Trigo, Yozom, So the Lanzun, Renzin, So do Jimenga, Riwo Sangcho, La de Lemba, La Zamanoda, Top the Zangxing, Mengar, Nar, Sang, Ma, Semar, So Ganjo, Tachi, Message, Zandin, Toma, Jam, Rone, Onga, Honganyan, Sija, Jagain, Biju, Wanda, Renzin, Pemadon. Chico Nancy, Jarwe, Jinkorton, Rogan, Sailor, Drasser, Jazan, Jelly, Song, Simchin, Sanju, Yishu, Satilation, Rogan, Drasson, Danego, Danson, Toja de Lesendo, Ranjinga, Yanda Bungo, Trova, Simchi, Dolin, Song, Yellow, Dembane, Shire, Majin, Yumar, San Sarachin, Dinda, Uzang, Chubambo, Gowanyan, Yamni, Long the Shot. Water Jesus, Jimbo Jayaran, Lindo Zoba, Jimbe, Jinko, Goa, Don the Rover, so on the Gosomenda River, Pandango, the Gine, Gada Jiga in the Gamizara, Maton, Kamer, Yunzer, and Zimbe, Zimbardorji Topana, Ziji, and Chaze, Yonzo, Tanya, Media, and the Bezon, Gondek, and Jajabar, Jimbo, Ahom, Benzangar, Mase, de Hong, Yasa, Sanda. And Sanze Namrang Yang Kangi Sang Yang Dombanale Sanze Saban Bebe Yiji de Zende Yung Janse Timpon Kaja Dan Trowaran Joan Rosananga Zung Halin Sojo Sinja Lala Om Ahon Nama Savata Tangata Bayom Begyom Begebe Savati Ganga De Savarena Imen Gangana Kam Soa Dom Le Dom Rinji Nazon Dam No Yang Se Inji Din Se Ben De Ge Dam Se Ze Jisom Yishi Dirse Sin La Be Nasi Je Ben De Ge Chik Ban De Lama Ye Dan Da Ge Ji Song Dan So Je Jawa Jingor Jinye Dan Zam Le Ye Da Ro Do Len Chan Do Je Bar Da Ge Se Central Soccer Jen, they don't party, they don't party, some point you bought a malam dancing in that thing, the Gemaro, from the double said on it and order and charging, the young devotion motion, the Trevo, Tiran, Johnson, Demoje, and Jamarbo Melanja, they say, Rana Yela Gandon, the Gurcher, Jetson, Nagan, Japan. Dobayon de seba me barngo da ge de son sa be de dang ko jo de jin ko lo che ba na jin se me jun de ya da jo che me de me che na se kan we de tin re gen san che be tin bo me se ba ja we jin kan yong lo che pyo che me ji ji wong ge ju jin se ro do na me de sa che pyo we kan kan ko wan ja le yo ko to to ge sa je nin bo san che xiong a hong yin de song jia dong so kan zhong da ro go san da ba nu ji ya ye se ji long 这是那谁做帮呢？这是就人就把那个我玩娘的上面，这是就都没点的大大迎接的。那谁做的就是把用了我上浪这个用的，但是现大公就把这个上呢，每种跟上都这个颜色，有那个但是先把用我叫做进步东本的。我们被马着我上街就本刚是在长大时间，把它干嘛上是在这种把它多年年纪，是在去年个人那谁讲的多久我就能做上，能做走上去不是在不。 Ninja Lencha Tamje Sanjurje, Tata Julaman and Toloja, Mount Ribbon Coloma George, Soda Sasan Requan Zimbaye, No Domje Lava, Sangha Tamse, Soda Mazon Yaman Toloja, Nedun Trapdamazan George, Nemu, Sonja Karbache George, Tamam is almost Samado, Jinzel Lama, Dendin Parche do, Mayor Poyor, Tamaship, Tenge do, Zalajaboso, Dipado, Jipachimo Jeda Chirodo, the Jango. Korjeta Mishibado, Tamson Gombetom Nipado, Samaya, Transo, Sentaria, Dro Jin, Jawan Jibini, Jojitam Jetudanka, Dobas and Jojan, Jashakun Janjo. Sony also Zojo Jimmy Pajata, Jojitaba, to Jimbacha, Jibada and Robert on the Razon, Sanji Junji Jawan, Yamado, Sona Jimbe, Jojin Jimbo, and then a larger than. 上午的班上国家了，这个能老大的上最简单的真的，这老就玩就给玩的也就我个上那一做做就上那一些了，他妈个年都把用别大作为嘛给把已经的我把上去生接着话工作吧，上班这边扎起就去手机吧就被来说啥我的拉啥人节点那时候就那完了，等那两个龙头的准备这边安东军接着这把的中华的就跟中家那说。 So that's a first transmission, and now we're going to do this also practicing until the mantra recitation. Then I'm going to share teaching. So practicing together first. Page 1, we chant together. Om Ahong. Chant the ones Tibetan, just you want to follow the English, you can follow the English. I read the Tibetan. And also we have here small offering, create. And today I'm sharing this Riwo Sangcho. Someone also have a request to this teaching and practice. So that's I think month ago. So I try to share today. The reason is right now I'm in the north of Spain, very high mountain, beautiful and nature place. So it's good to share the practice and share the teaching Riwo Sangcho. Riwo means like mountains and cleansing. Sangcho is like we know, so cleansing, so purifying. So that's good to do in the nature and mountains. So that's why today I'm sharing this teaching. So first we do practice together. Om Ahong Kanyam Ziye Jagwe Nyingbe Ju Wan Ra Ren Zen Pe Main Dong Zhen Zar Chi Ge Na Ze Jarwe Jing Gor Zon Rogen Zik Le Da Zer Jab Zen Je. So 3 times, maybe I do twice English. Om Ahong, the heart essence of all, source of refuge of samsara and nirvana, who are as ways as space, powerful and wrathful, Vijadara Pema Tontensar. Within your body, all that appears and exists is the perfect Buddha mandala. In order to liberate all beings from samsara, I take refuge in you. Om Ahong, the heart essence of all, source of refuge of samsara and nirvana, who are as ways as space, powerful and wrathful Vijadara Pema Tontensar. Within your body, all that appears and exists is the perfect Buddha mandala. In order to liberate all beings from samsara, I take refuge in you. Let's take the refuge Pema Sambhava and the next bodhichitta. Sangcho yishe ozara tigle yiren roken drupsom dane kodang song. Tokje tigle lindro na yen a yon bunga jowara semje do. In the ground of the Lamanas, tigle of supremely sacred wisdom. May the three obscuration of all beings be purified, and within the four vision spontaneously perfected in the tigle of the wisdom body, speech, and mind. May all beings be liberated into the youthful ways body, for this I generate the heart and the mind of bodhichitta. In the ground of the luminous tigle of supremely sacred wisdom, may the three obscuration of all beings be purified, and within the four visions spontaneously, perfectly in the tigle of the wisdom body, speech, and mind. May all beings be liberated into your youthful ways body. For this, I generate the heart and the mind of a bodhichitta. Next is called 7 aspect of devotion practice. Shire maji nyumar sansara sheng ting ta charve usaran chuban burn korwa nyande nyamye longde sha lodara jise chenpo jeye rang lindro zoba jinbi jingor gor korwa dongne chobar zorwan den konsang mingda charve Pamdango. Okay, so self-visualization. I'm going to chant the Tibetan, and you can follow English Tibetan, which is easy for you. Gadai Jiga Ying Ling Gami Zar Pe Mai Dong Chen Gamar Yong Zeren Zi Sen Pe Zen Bar Dor Ji To Ba Nang Zi Ji Jin Dan Cha Zi Yong Se Zo Dang Ye Yin Mi Jar Gen Di Pe Zo Korunde genje je bar jembo jo. Om ahong ben zangrupe maside hong. Om ahong ben zangrupe maside hong. Ong ahong benzang guru pe ma se de hong. Ong ahong benzang guru pe ma se de hong. Ong ahong benzang guru pe ma se de hong. Ong ahong benzang guru pe ma se de hong. Page 4. Rang yang gang dong be ngang le san zhe sa ba mei bei yi xi jie de zhen den yong jiang zi jin pong ga jia den zhuo wa le jiu ong a hong ong a hong ong a hong Namma sarva dadanga de bayom bejom begebe sarva diganga de savarena emengangana gam soha namma sarva dadanga de bayom bejom begebe sarva diganga de savarena emengangana gam soha namma sarva dadanga Bayom bejom begebe sarva de ganga savarena emen ganga nagam zoha.
Stop, no barking. She's friend.
Dro ren je na zon da men o yang sen ye den se ben de ge dam ze ze zhe song ye xie de ze sen la be nan sen che ben de gen che ban de la ma ye dam ga ge che song dam so je jar we jian ko le je nie dang Dam len yip da re zhou len jian zhou Che par da ge se se zhou so ge shen Me dong par ju zong ben zhong bo dang Me lang dang zing yin dang zing yin rei Dep je ma rong chom zhou da bo dang Se dang ne dang nor je len cha jing Drip dang nyun zhe po xin mo xin dang Te wo te rang chung sen je mo je len ja mar bo me lan jar de se rang rang ye lai gan do de ge jar je se nang ka ne je par nye de do be yon de se ba me ba ngo da ge de song sa ge de je dang gong chu de xin kor la je ba nang Yin se mem jun de ye da jir je me je na se gang we de chin ri Ging zang che ge jin pong me se pa Jar we xin kam yong la chap jir je me je ye she wong en chu jin ser Ru zhong nar me ne se chap jir be Kam song kor wan ja le wo ger ger Drogen Sangcho Nyingpo Sangye Yo. So now here you can chant Om Ahong or Om Ahong Benzang Guru Pe Maside Hong. This with offerings, small offerings together. So thank you, Alvaro's create a beautiful small offering. this Riwo Sangcho, this small offering is very popular, it's famous. I think reason is this I heard this one is the first small offering. So then after this many small offering is part of these branches and different become small offerings. Actually, all the small offerings, the source of this small offering. And this small offering is come from Pema Sambhava. And now we're using the sadhana is Pema Sambhava, but it has the beginning section, opening section, and the end of this conclusion section is created by Dingyom Rinpoche. So that prayer also come from other very famous texts come from. Just he composed, like put together, very easy to practice. That's why we using this sadhana. And then some people also have questions. This Riwo Sangcho, Dingyom Rinpoche, or many other teacher also mentioned about their created this Riwo Sangcho. But the main sadhana is come from Pema Sambhava, it's the terma. And then after this prayer, these different teachers put like their own way or own followed by own lineage ways, like they put beginning, opening prayers, refuge, bodhichitta, 7 lamp prayers, and then also this Riwo Sangcho is come from Pema Sambhava. That's the reason Dingyom Rinpoche he uses Yadam deity is a Pema Sambhava. And then also we have some conclusions, very beautiful, and their conclusion section really helps dedication part, like we doing this, which ways benefit for others and benefit us. They're all very beautiful here. So that's why I'm using this sadhana. So now, we doing this Riwo Sangcho. Om Sote is main point is like auspicious. Then this Riwo Sangcho, Menga is like, Menga means like special instruction, practice. Then it's from Latsun Namka Jimmy. So he discovered this sadhana. That's why it's called Lapsun Namka Jimmy. But the come from Pema Sambhava. Pema Sambhava put in the secret terma. And Lapsun Namka Jimmy discovered. That's why his name is there. Renzeng Sodok or Orange by Dingyom Rinpoche. Dingyom Rinpoche put this beginning, refuge, and the conclusion sections together. So now we're going to make this small offering. Here says making on auspicious fire. So we need a fire in a clean vessel or burner. So we have to fire, and also we need some clean vessel and create all the object, food put together in the clean vessel, means clean the pot. So the pot is like usually people not eating inside the pot. Yeah, you can cook, it's okay. If you don't cooking, and the clean vessel is 100% brown, like only for use spiritual offerings is great. Even we don't use cooking, even food. Then also like some, we not use for the give for animals to eat. The bowl is like must be clean. No humans eating, no animals using. It must be very clean pot. killing vessel or burner, then you create these all substantials inside there put together, burn, auto make woods. So we create, woods, wood. The firewood is better, its nature is better, not come from actually coals and put in the stove tops. So fire is like, we need a fire to make small offering. Then the burn is resins, medicinal plants. So resins like this different kind of beings. It's come from land. You can have rice, you can have barley, you can have different kind of beings. Then medicinal plants means like we use in right now sumo offering, pick up from the mountain, different kind of plants. It's all good smell, and some these plants has good power, very good smell, and also some plant has natural blessing, they're cleansing. So juniper leaf and cedar tree, I think cedar's leaf. Then we have rosemaries, and so also good, just like some special plants we need. The three white and the three sweet substances. So three white, three sweet is like yogurt, milk, and butter is a three white. Sugar, and then so three sweet is like sugar and other like different kind of like candies, like sweet things can use. Molasses and honey. So this is three sweet, molasses and honey, and all kinds of incense. So any incense is okay, all different kind of incense, and powder, like we need a powder, incense powders. Sometimes we have a small offering specific powder, so that's powders. Whatever you have available. So then pound is what we have. They don't have like exactly amounts. Okay, and sometimes how much people say, like it's dependent how much we have, and you can have like couple of spoons, you can have like many kgs too, and this is dependent. So then whatever here says, if you don't have everything, it's still okay. So you can have fire and or small powders, like some just this plain leaves, that's also good too. And then without anything other, you use incense, they're also possible to make small offering too. So that's all we have to create is author object and the support object. Then most important, of course, is when we chant the prayer practice, mind connection. That's intention is most important. So this one, Tomar, is like take refuge. First, we have to take refuge. This taking refuge to Pema Sambhava, because this main text is come from Pema Sambhava. Dingyom Rinpoche, he created this refuge and bodhichitta sections. So the create means this also have another practice that has this refuge he bring to put into here together. So on Ahon is like purify our body, speech, mind, or connect with our body, speech, mind to the enlightening body, speech, mind. The heart essence of all source of refuge of samsara and the nirvana, who are as west as space. So samsara, nirvana, or the essence of take refuge to powerful and wrathful Vijadara Pema Tontengar. So we all samsara nirvana, the beings take refuge to Pema Sambhava. I think main point is Pema Sambhava is here. He said Pema Tontengar is like a little bit wrathful Pema Sambhava. Tontengar means. And then within your body, so we say is saying like Pema Sambhava, your body is all that appears and exists is the perfect Buddha mandala. All the mandala is perfected and the Pema Sambhava is within his body. So Pema Sambhava is within his body, all the mandala is included. The mandala means everything included, one kingdom, exactly one kingdom, same. The one country. So Pema Sambhava mandala means Pema Sambhava's country, Pema Sambhava's kingdom, and everything's included there. In order to liberate all beings from samsara, I take refuge in you. So we going to take refuge in Pema Sambhava. Reason is I wanted to help other beings. I wanted to liberate all the beings. That's why I'm taking refuge to Pema Sambhava. So that's the refuge to Pema Sambhava. Then second is generating bodhichitta. So this bodhichitta is absolute truth bodhichitta. So bodhichitta has two sections usually we sharing and practice. The correlative truth bodhichitta and absolute truth bodhichitta. Relative truth bodhichitta is I want to enlighten. Reason is I wanted to help for other beings. So then that intention is called bodhicitta. Then that bodhicitta has two: aspiring bodhicitta, engaging bodhicitta. So intentions I want to enlighten and want to help others. That's why I want to practice. It's called aspiration. And when you practicing, then it's called engaging bodhicitta. So that's the relative truth bodhicitta. And the absolute truth bodhicitta is Mahamudra, is Dzogchen. So here is absolute truth bodhicitta. It's Mahamudra. As we can say, this is like teaching is part of Dzogchen, so we can say it's Dzogchen. What here says, in the ground of the Lamanas Tigle, or supremely sacred wisdom. So Tigle is like essence of the body. So that essence of a body is can be attachment object. Yeah, it's become Tigle is attachment object. It's causes of samsara. The Tigle, subtle level Tigle, is called sacred wisdom. It's Tigle is wisdom. And Tigle is the essence of the bodhicitta, absolute truth bodhicitta. So that's why here, Tigle of supremely sacred wisdom is a Tigle essence is the absolute true bodhicitta. It is wisdom. Because Tigle itself is emptiness. Tigle itself is clear and present. Actually, same is like our mind nature. Tigle means subtle Tigle is become inseparable with the nature mind. And gross level Tigle is the body, physical object. And then can attachment object. So causes of samsara. But the Tigle essence is subtle, is empty and clear. It is become inseparable with the mind, and then that is become essence of bodhicitta. So this is the Tigle. Right now we are in the ground level we have. but our tigla is, grown. Our tigla is like subtle level, not subtle level. I mean the gross level is object of attachment, but the essence is, is empty, clear wisdom. So that's what we have right now. Then may the three obscuration of all beings be purified, means like the tigless, due to obstacles, emotions, we attach to the tigle, and we don't know the essence of the tigle. So that's why the obscurations, body obstacle, speech obstacle, mind obstacle, and we purify body, speech, mind obstacles, and create enlightening body, speech, mind, and then recognize essence of the tigle, means like essence of the bodhichitta. So that's why on the path we purify all these obscurations, beings are purified, and then within the four visions, spontaneously perfected in the tigle of the wisdom, body, speech, and mind. So within the four visions is they mention about many differences. So exactly, I don't know which way is four visions. Sometimes they like talk about the different levels, experience, like Gawa, Deva. So it's like it's joy and kind of a happy joy, extreme joy, blessed joy. So that's also sometimes the mention about these four visions. Some sections like four visions is they all this universal, impure universals transforming to the pure Buddha's pure lane. First, second is inner ordinary beings transform to the enlightening form body. So third, all the impure souls or the like ordinary souls or transform to the enlightening speech and song. Fourth is the ordinary thoughts is transformed to dharmakaya. So that's also sometimes they talk about four difference. Could be either one. So I don't know the specific which one they mention about. Okay, so then that's maybe using our this generation stage, like four different levels practice. Use that practice could be then perfected in the rakta of wisdom, body, speech, and mind, and so create ourself is enlightening body, speech, and mind. Use these four different levels practicing, transforming universal impure perceptions transform to pure lane. First, second is all sentient beings, inner universal, all sentient beings transform to the enlightened beings form. All these ordinary songs transform to the enlightenment speech and the song. Ordinary thoughts is transformed to the dharmakaya, so create body, speech, minds, enlightened beings. Then may all beings be liberated into the youthful Western body. So this youthful Western body is Ripa. So all beings liberation into their own nature, like Ripa, recognize nature Ripa. For this, I generated the heart and the mind of bodhicitta. So we wanted to become enlightened. Our beings wanted to take to enlightenment, realization states. So that's the bodhicitta mind. It's actually, this section is called, I already mentioned about absolute truth bodhicitta. Talk about absolute truth bodhicitta. Nature is within us, in the ground. use all this practice, removing obstacles and recognizing nature on the path. Then in the result is like accomplishment. So we going to do that all other beings to take to the enlightenment. So then third is 7 aspect devotional practice. So this 7 aspect devotional practice also has 2 sections. 2 sections is outer level 7 aspect of devotional practice and inner one 7 aspect of devotional practice. Outer 7 branch prayers we already chant during the opening prayers. So that is called 7 branch prayer, outer level practice. And this one is called inner level practice. So that's why it's 7 branch prayer, same but totally different meaning. So you can see. So this also like 7 branch prayer is like inseparable with the inner and the secret, inseparably together. So now go to one by one here to the pro-motor unaltered nature of Rigpa pay homage. So 7 branch prayer, first is we homage to the Buddhas. In this one, we homage our own nature Rigpa. Nature Rigpa is like the promoter, unaltered nature of Rigpa pay homage means. So this nature Rigpa is within us and beginningless time, until no, never separate. It's called promoter wisdom. We homage to our own nature Rigpa. So not homage to outer level, physical form Buddhas, and homage to our own nature Rigpa. Then offering, second is offering. The usual offering we create, different substantial offerings to enlightened beings. Today also we create this fire and all these substantials offering to enlightened beings. And this one is called inner secret level offerings. The luminosity transcending limits and dimensions are offered. So the nature mind is vast and performed, and its luminosity. So then it's joy, I think, peace, and so that's all the quality. Nature requires quality is offering. Actually, this offering is no subject object. That's offering is called absolute truth offering. So long as we have a subject and object is a relative truth offering. This is absolute truth offering, is just offering to our own nature Rigpa. The luminosity transcending and dimension are offered. Non-conceptual, non-draw offering called. Then confessing. This 7 branch here actually is just mentioned about the different ways, meaning, the aspect, different aspects, but meaning is actually all same. Because we homage to our own nature Rigpa, offering to our own nature Rigpa, confessing to our own nature Rigpa, rejoicing our own nature Rigpa. So that's why everything is in inseparable with the nature Ripa. So different aspects were saying quality, nature Ripa's quality. And here is the confessing. In the experience of some sameness of samsara and nirvana, I confess. So usually we confessing means must have the subject and the object and the action have to come three together, relative confession. So example, I'm going to confess. Confessing is my non-virtue actions. And confessing to object is Buddha Vajrasattva. We have a subject and object actions. But in this case, this confessing is absolute true confessing. So all these three is oneness, not separate. Confessing, subject, object, action, three of them inseparable. So that's why in the experience of sameness, one, then also sameness, samsara and nirvana, inseparable. So samsaric beings confession to maybe enlightened beings and the samsaric beings and become oneness. So that's I confess. This saying confess, but truly nothing to confess in this state. The why is we call confess because when you into this state, then all the negative karma is released, burning, purifying. So that's why Genji Mahamudra very clearly mentioned about this one. Long as you are into your nature states and Mahamudra meditating states, all the negative karma is burning, like eons negative karma is burned. So this is like one single lamp purify eons darkness, release. So long as we have realized our own nature Ripa, and if we can be in our own nature Ripa states, meditate, many eons negative karma is naturally released. That's why it's called confess. Then, long as you are in the nature Ripa states, meditate. All the offering is within that state. And long as you are in the nature Ripa states, all the homage, true homage is in that state. So that's why when long as you are into the nature Ripa states, everything is perfected and spontaneously in that state. So that's why called Dzogchen means. Then next one is rejoicing in the great exhaustion of all dharmas. Beyond the ordinary mind, I rejoice. So rejoicing, this is like in the natural Ripa states, all our conceptual is exhaust is already gone. In that state, already gone. So that's why in the great exhaustion of all the dharmas, beyond the ordinary mind. So ordinary mind is already gone in that natural Ripa state. Ordinary mind is called conceptual mind, subject and object. Natural Ripa is beyond the subject and object. So long as we reach in that state, and all this subject object dual state is gone. So that's why I rejoice. Then number 4 is seven lam. Number 4 is so usually we talk about this one is a requesting teaching to the spiritual teachers as request teaching. And then in this case, absolute true nature Ripa states, transfer of the teachings of the spontaneously perfected Dzogpa Chenpo. In the nature Ripa states, all this spontaneously teaching is accomplishing there, completely in that state. So that is absolute truth teaching. Transfer of the teachings of the spontaneously perfect Zopa Chenpo means in the everything, all the teaching is perfectly in that state. That's why called Zopa Chenpo means. Then the seven lamp prayer number 6 is requesting teachers to stay longer and benefit for others. So this one is, absolute true requesting is stir the depths of samsara at prayer. So we pray is like stir means like remove all the samsaric beings. Remove samsaric beings. The depths of samsara are prayer. So we pray is like wishing or removing all the samsaric beings. Remove two in the nature repast states. So that's the it's the supplication to the, like usually we ask teachers to stay longer, right? Long life. But in this case, I pray, our aspiration is all these samsaric beings realize nature ripa. That's our aspiration. Then dedication, the 7th, in the absolute state, free of subject, object, or activity are dedicated. Relative to the dedication is, we have a subject, we did like this teaching, this practice, so we have we, and I, what we done, good things. And then we have subject ourselves. Object is like, okay, I'm going to dedication, this is samsaric beings. Object is samsaric beings, or our mother sentient beings, object. The activities are did like, these offerings, fire offerings, small offerings, and while we're doing activity. So they have a 3 subject, object, activity, three separate in the relative level. In this one is absolute truth. So in the absolute state, free of subject, object, or relativity, in 3 of them inseparable. So when we dedicating is mind just go into own nature ripa, and all this practice is dissolve into that state, or recognize every single being has this nature ripa. Recognize that, So that's the, I think, is the absolute truth, the dedication. So that's here what I share is called 7 lamp prayer is absolute truth, the 7 lamp prayers, not relative to the 7 lamp prayers. Then next one, self-visualization. So self-visualization is we visualize ourselves is Pema Sambhava's form body. Because this Riwo Sangcho sadhana is come from Pema Sambhava, and we visualize ourselves as Pema Sambhava, then this ritual practice is very powerful. And we doing, this ritual is like our ordinary body, speech, mind is less benefit, less powerful. That's why we have to transform our body, speech, mind, have to transform to the Pema Sambhava's body, speech, mind. From the Dharmakaya space of pro-motor purity arising as its unobstructedly play is. So Pema Sambhava is arising from through the Dharmakaya. Dharmakaya is space of pro-motor purity. So that is arising as its unobstructedly play means arising from Dharmakaya is arising from the form body, and that's the usually sadhana. every sadhana rituals practice, we have Om Sobhava Shida, Sarva Dharma Sobhava Shidaham, visualize everything to become emptiness. And then within the emptiness, arising the form body. So Dharmakaya means emptiness. My nature is emptiness. Then that nature emptiness is arising the form body is called Yadam deity. So Pema Sambhava is a Yadam deity arising from the Dharmakaya. Pema Tongtengzar. So Pema Tongtengzar is Pema Sambhava. White with a tinge of red. So his face is white with a tinge of the red in the cheek. In the center there has a red, let it be red. So that's why it's tinge of red. And the four beauty of youth. So his form body is beautiful and youthful. Like same as a 17 years old boy. In dazzling splendor with the major manner mark holding Varjara and the skull cup. So he holding Varjara and the skull cup. So right hand hold the Varjara and the left hand holding the skull cup, like you know in his navel level. So that's his form body, two hand, you know, one right hand hold the Varjara, left hand hold the skull cup, and then so majestic, complete with all ornament and robes. So Pema Sambhava's you know, Tanka statue you see, and then he has like all ornament and robes. So Samaya Sattva and Jnana Sattva indivisible. His form is all the Buddhas in one. So we are Samaya Sattva, and Jnana Sattva is a Pema Sambhava. So this ordinary body is become inseparable with the Pema Sambhava's form. So that means this ordinary body is transformed to the Buddha's form body. And so it's called Jnana Sattva, indivisible, inseparable. Then become this our ordinary form is inseparable with the Pema Sambhava's form. Is all the Buddhas in one, means in that moment, that states like all the Buddhas are one. Long as this Samaya form is connect with the Jnana Sattva, you know, wisdom, Pema Sambhava's form, and become all the Buddhas within that states together. The Buddhas in one means. So then, you know, we don't need to think about, oh, I have to visualize a Chinreze or other Buddhas, because long as you meditate yourself, the form is Pema Sambhava, and all Buddhas inseparable with oneness. The next is the great embodiment of all samsara and the nirvana. So then in that state, you know, like it's our form is a Pema Sambhava, form body. Then in that state, it's a samsara nirvana is inseparable. And also like samsara nirvana is become control oneness in that state. So that's one great embodiment of all samsara and nirvana. Then we chant on Ahom Benza Guru Pema Sade Hom. So because we visualize ourselves Pema Sambhava, and you chant on Ahom Benza Guru Pema Sade Hom, it's very powerful become. And then you can have like ability to benefit others. And all the other beings under our one control, you know, we have control everyone under there. Pema Sambhava's power over everyone is controlled. So then that's why I have ability to benefit everyone. Then we chant the Pema Sambhava mantra, is Om Ahom, is bring the Pema Sambhava's body, speech, mind inseparable with us. Enlightening body, speech, mind is bring inseparable with us, Om Ahom. and also purify our body, speech, obstacles. Connect with the enlightened body, speech, mind. So then also this mantra, of course, like other or the samsaric beings, and the object of this offering, small offering, is become purification, purifying their body obstacles, speech obstacles, mind obstacles, cleansing body, speech, mind. Then Zang Guru is, Pema Sambhava. Siddhihong is become all beings bring into inseparable with the Pema Sambhava. Accomplishment become inseparable with the Pema Sambhava. Another level, this mantra meaning is Benzang Guru is Pema Sambhava. Benzang Guru Pema. Siddhihong is like every being is become bring into Pema Sambhava, the accomplishment, that state. So then this mantra has many meanings. So today, due to the time, we've just short information. During the small offering, we have to recognize that this mantra, that's enough. Then we do that much ever we can, chanting, and we visualize ourselves as Pema Sambhava, strongly confident, and visualize clearly ourselves as Pema Sambhava. And also we can use Pema Sambhava's Tanga statues, objects too. So then create a very special power, special object ourselves. Then go into the practice. So here it says this mantra chant 108, but we can chant more than that, many times. If you do to the time, no much time, and just meditate very clearly yourself as Pema Sambhava through your divine and confidently, then if you chant like 10 times, it's also okay, 8 times. Just even if we don't have time to do 100 times, that's also okay. Then when we get in that state, usually we do prayers too fast and not really time too much focusing and visualizing, meditating. Actually, each session have to think about a little bit and connect with, mentally connect with is very important. In that state, we visualize the Pema Sambhava. So actually visualizing is Yadam deity or Buddha. So we have to looking into our own mind nature. And this our own mind nature is arising the form of Pema Sambhava in front. Then the front Pema Sambhava form and this our own form is have to recognize inseparable. So then you at least go into our own natural states, the moments, and then you can visualize Pema Sambhava within that state itself. Otherwise, the conceptual mind create Pema Sambhava visualizing is not that powerful. So especially, self-generation is true self-generation is arising from our nature Ripa. With knowing our own nature Ripa, mind be in that state. Then you visualize Buddhas. You can be Buddha Shakyamuni, you can be Pema Sambhava, you can be White Tara, you can be Green Tara. All these Buddhas, the within in that nature state is arising. So that's why, in that state, we just look to our own mind, nature, relax, meditate. Then the nature is visualizing Buddha. So you feel our mind is arising the Buddhas. Then that means Buddha we are inseparable. Then the next is going into the practice. This Riwo Sangcho main practice. So that section is the Nyom Rinpoche he put together. In the compose here, and this one is the main one. It's come from Pema Sambhava. So this main teaching sadhana is the purify the ingredients of the song offering with. So purification of a blessing of the sun offering means like, no, we have to use like some water and also the trees leaf, or if you have west, you know, when we have a temple in the west with the peacock feather, and use this, and wind go through in the substantials, water go through in the substantials, like also the fire, because it's clean up. The offering object is cleansing. So Ram Yang Kam is Ram is Ram Yang Kam. Ram is Ram le me Yam le long. Ram is a fire. Yam is a wing. Kam is Ram le me Yam le long. Kam le chu. Kam is water. So this fire, wind, and the water. So these three, use these three in the cleansing. And when you use the peacock feather, actually there's a wing and there's a water put together. It's water, wing is got together. And then fire is, usually is small offering, it serves a fire. So that's why if you have this substantial object offerings and you all display together beautifully, and then the put of the water is a clean water, and not put in your cups, drinking cups, like it's like using usually your drinks, eatings, like another cup, a special cup. We call special means just clean, and then leave in the water. Or you have vase is great. Then if you don't have vase, peacock feather, just put in the trees leaf, like juniper leaf, in the water, sinking in the water, soak in the water, and then the water throw into to the substantial offerings. So that's a cleansing. Then when we do that, then we have to chant this Ram Yang Kan, and a couple times. Then also here, out of the emptiness. So we visualize all the substantial is emptiness. Then within emptiness appear the ingredients of the sun offering. Means like this, we have a like limited object, like maybe like one board only. So visualize this of cleansing, blessing, then meditate, become everything's emptiness. Within emptiness, all these substantials appear to again, and appear the ingredients of the sun offerings, like them like create or immeasurable, transform into wisdom nectar, free of any impurities, free of all these impurities, from which arise as ocean like clouds of Sangcho, stormlands, spreading, order to fill the whole of space. So the become this offering object is transformed to the wisdom object, and wisdom nectar, then free of all these impurities, also arise as like same as ocean, and the same as clouds. It's big and the vast, filled over whole space, visualize immeasurable. Then we chant Om Ahong, so like Om Ahong, connect with the body, speech, mind, also purifying obstacles, same time connect with the enlightening body, speech, mind. Chant this mantra, Nama Savata Tangate, Bayom Bushom Bukebes, Savatikangate, Savarena Emengangana, Kam Soha. So this prayer, a mantra is like called immeasurable. So substantials create immeasurable, inexhaustible. So then unlimited. So that's what we create through the mantra. Otherwise, like we have a like very small portion. Then how can we share all samsaric beings, like all these beings, to how can we benefit to them? So that's not possible. So that's why we create this, mantra is exhaustible, immeasurable, unlimited, filled of space. The next is then go into rare prayer, the song offering, drum, rinchi nason dame noyang. Drum means like it's like representative palace, like kind of usually drum means like Yadam deities palace. Drum is this syllable. In this case, drum means drum like BHRUM, drum, right? Drum. The meaning is, and all this substantial offering, the West, like we put a substantial offering, everything inside the West. The West is called drum, like object holding together. In the West, in the West, Lostrias, vessel, made of the essence of Vero as jewels. So this vessel is like, if have something is like good object. So we don't have, that is okay. You can just mentally visualizing, so sometimes this vessel is like usually talk about precious object, like precious object is silver, gold, or copper. So that kind of use object, but the not really necessary to have that. I think the main point is like just your mentally created that, made of essence of various jewels, and then inside there, the samaya substances or the desirable object in worldly existence are. So then we inside this vessel has all these substances like worldly existence, means everything, like all the food, all the cloth, everything. So no offering is like think about what we need. We need so many things, especially we need cloth and we need food, we need drinks. Okay, so that kind of object included, and then substantial, just good things we create. So in this small offerings, no use meat, must be vegetarian like object. So vegetarian object also here is mentioned about yogurt, milk, that's okay, but not really necessary cheese and burning into this in the offering object there. I think if you burn the cheese, is not too bad. They didn't say no good, but didn't say yes. It's not put anything there, eggs, and also like meat, anything in burning into this in the offerings. So that's we have to desirable object in worldly existence are, because we're going to feed all these samsaric beings to giving to them, so that's why all the desirable object must be everything's vegetarian. Then transform into nectar of wisdom. So transform into the nectar of wisdom. So this all substantial is transformed into the nectar of wisdom, not more ordinary substantial object. It's become nectar of wisdom, means who receive and then they create good karmic imprints, remove the negative karma and the negative obscurations removing. And so that's why transform into the nectar of wisdom. Otherwise, like just regular object don't have that power, energy to remove obstacles, right? And through the blessings, transform into the nectar of wisdom, means like who receive its benefit. Benefit is not worldly level benefit, spiritually benefit. And who receive, hungry ghost, they become no more hunger and joyful, and the same moment there arising love, kind in heart, arising generosity in the heart. Because due to hungry ghost is no generosity, self-grasping, and so strong fixation, attachment. So that's created hungry ghost. And when the hungry ghost received, so positive energy arising like mind, compassion, generous, that arising, and remove all the obstacles, the hunger, thirsty. So when the hell realms receiving and the burning, torture, frozen, they're releasing that fear, peaceful, relax. And if the heat is become receiving more core energy and release the heat and suffering, is frozen suffering is release the warm energy and like compassion, loving. So that's why it's called nectar of wisdom, means the blessing of the 3 syllable on ahong. Use this on ahong and enlightening body, enlightening speech, enlightening mind, blessing of the 3 syllables on ahong. So that all that appears and exists become an offering of all that is desirable. Then we mentally, bring everything, all this appear and exist, become an offering. Like we see all these beautiful mountains, beautiful landscapes, beautiful flowers, and beautiful mountains. Like different country has different kind of like beautiful beauties, and oceans, like beautiful houses. Like you go to the mall and beautiful clothes, and all this beautifully, displays. All these objects bring into the mind. You go to the food store, supermarket. So all this food is bring in the mind, and then there's offering. So that's like we can think. We know so this object we recognize, so we can bring into mind, can offering exist, become an offering of all that is desirable. Then this offering to who is offering to first is these are offered to the lamas. Lama is like our guru, and receiving the blessings. Lama, offering to guru is receive blessing. Yadam is also receive the blessing, and same time, we connect with the Yadam deities. Dakinis, like remove all obstacles, Dharma palas, and all the mandalas of the Buddha of the 10 directions. So we're offering to them. So this right now is in this direct, not talking about inner level, okay? So now is go back to the outer level. We have to think about gurus, our gurus, Yadam deities, Dakinis, and we're going to offering to them. So there's root blessing is guru. All the accomplishments, root is Yadam deity, accomplishment, and Yadam purchase is all remove obstacle. Is root is Dakinis and Dhammapalas. So we offering to and Guru Yadam Dakinis, Dhammapalas. So then in this case also, inner level, we doing this outer level offerings, Guru Yadam deities, actually really helps open our inner, Dharmapala, Dakini, Yadam, Guru is waking up. We within ourselves as a Lama, we have a Yadam. Within ourselves has Dakini and the Dharmapalas. So that's right now is we no waking up, not yet wake up. So now use this offering, ultra level offerings, actually waking up our inner, Dharmapala, Dakini. Dharmapala could be in the navel level chakras. And Dakini is navel, I think chakra is Dharmapala and the Dakinis, Dharma gardens. And the heart center chakra is Lama and the Yadams. So that's why this withdrawing offering, ultra level benefit others doing this practice, actually waking our mandalas, ourselves, inner chakras, mandalas. Dharmapala Dakini is within our body. So Dharmapala and Dakini is protecting our upper chakras, Yadam deity state chakras. So then that's why we're offering to ultra level Dharmapala Dakinis helps us, give permission, go up to Yadam deity and the Guru's state is a heart center chakra. So another level, we really think using this object offering is benefit others, also same time waking up ourselves. Then all the mandala of the Buddhas of the 10 directions, or this mandala of Buddha's 10 directions, we think about ultra level, so 10 directions, or these 10 directions of Buddhas. Then we talk about the different Buddhas mandalas, like Tara mandala, Jinrezek mandala, Buddha Shakyamuni mandala, Medicine Buddha mandala, Buddha Amitabha mandala, all these different Buddhas mandala talk about, the overage to ultra level these offerings to these deities, and then bring, inner is like this within, or this mandalas within our own chakra we have. So that helps waking up our own chakras, waking up ourselves. So that's the offering enlightening beings. So these beings within ourselves and higher chakras like navel chakra, heart center chakras located, all these deities within ourselves. So that's why when I shared the Herring Liberation teaching, Bardo teaching, they mention about all these deities within ourselves. And so then this deities within ourselves is like located within our chakras. So no is invisible because we have this dualistic conceptual is so strong. And that's why our own perception is a lower chakra, and we don't have ability to recognize upper chakras experience. And so that's the reason we practice in Yadam deities and connect to upper chakras, and that's the reason we offering to Dharma Palas and press to the Dakas. So that helps, opening up upper chakras. This is small offering another level benefit to that opening upper chakras. And we're doing ultra level offerings too. First, like we think about all these deities, like visualizing and offering to them. The benefit is we open our own deity, Yadam deity, own our Guru. So our own Dakini, our own Dharmapala is waking up. That is the offering to enlightened beings. No is giving, generosity, offering to all these different beings, to the local deities of the world. So local deities of the world where you live, when you do the small offering, benefit to all the area spirits, local deities of the world, beings of the 6 realms, and the guests to whom are own karmic debts. So this small offering benefit the local spirits, deities, and also samsaric beings is our guests. We inviting our own guests. We offering to them, and then also this our own karmic debts. So that is most important. We have so much our own karmic debts, because everything is depending. We are depending for others. We are not independent. Long as we are alive, like this human being alive, so many things like depending others, and then so many things depending animals. So we own so much karmic debts with others. So use this small offering. We're paying back our, karmic debts. So that's why this, purifying our negative karma and purify obstacles. Negative karma is karmic debts. So we purifying them. Some karmic, debts is like we cannot say negative karma because we not really create through our intentionally harming for others, do no harming for others, doing that. But just we own so much for others because using, like think about the animals product we using so much milk, we drink milk, and also it's animals, come from animals body, and then cheese, yogurt, milk, of course, then butters, then many things like our karmic debt is with our own parents, and we have to pay back their kindness. So they're giving us the body, and so then many things rely on for others. So there's all kindness we have to paying back through using the spiritual, this practice. Then next one is, and especially to those who would stir my life and dip let my life force. So then also, so someone who harm for us, positively, like we have karmic debts, negative karmic debts, I think. So negative way karmic debts is like, see, and especially to those who would stir my life. So someone like stir our life, our previous lifetimes, and deplete my life force. So someone like, take our life, previous lifetimes, and also in this one, not only that way, another level, right now, many spirits, obstacle beings coming us wanted to take our life. And also my life force, they try to stealing this life force, energies, our good lucks. They're stealing our good lucks and our good energy, positive energy. They're stealing. So if we have a good long life, they're stealing, become short life. So this negative beings stealing, we don't recognize that. That's also true, not only previous life, someone killing us. So, and right now, in this life, some beings stealing our life, also our parents' life and the loved ones. So create negative karma for our loved ones, parents, friends, like some, our family and job. So they're stealing all the positive things. The stealing positive energy. If you're going to very successful your business, this obstacle beings stealing all this good lucks, and become our luck is decreasing. So then have lots of obstacle arising. So that's why small offering is for going like many reasons. So worldly level, also no losing our good lucks. Spiritual level, no losing spiritual energy, power, benefits, things. So that's we bring back everything. Yeah. Then to the malicious, Jumbo, demons. Jumbo means like Tibetan demons who inflict the sickness and obstacles. So they bring the like obstacles, sickness, who bring us obstacles, who bring us sickness, who bring us, this different kind of obstacle bring us. So that's called the Jumbo. We giving to this small offering, and they're not going to bring this negative for us, and they're not going to bring to others too. So that's why this small offering helps. Like this Jumbo can be local spirits. They bring like negative things to like people who live the region, and small offering helps for release that negative energy. Then bad signs in dreams and all types of evil omens. So sometimes we have nightmares and negative dreams arising. So that's also due to these obstacles, like some negative beings created that. So that's why this small offering purify that bad signs in dreams and all types of evil omens. The eight lessons of negativity spirits, the master of magical illusions. So the eight class of negative spirits means like many negative beings, they all bring into subsumed to eight classes, negative beings. So these are the master of magical illusions, like all the create negative, obstacles for sentient beings. So that's why we giving this a small offering for them, sharing for them, ask them to, release or the negative, don't create a negative karma, create a negative obstacle for others. And those to whom are own karmic debts of food, place, and worth. So the force that bring obscuration and madness to the shades of me and woman dead. So, so we have also like, karmic debts, not only our own self. So maybe our, the family owned this negative debt, or maybe like our community owns, maybe country owns negative debt. So that's why all this suffering is coming. Suffering coming to ourselves is our own negative debt. Suffering coming to our family, the negative deeds is owned by our family. And the suffering come to the like community, then the debt is owned by community. Karmic debt is. So if suffering come to country, then karmic debt is owned by country. So that's why we use these small offerings and remove our obstacle, and family, community, country, regions. So that's also benefit. That's why pay back for them. On karmic debts of food, place, and worth. Then next is to forces that bring obscuration and madness to the shades of me and woman death. So this, some when they die, some beings, when the dead is like really suffering, or through something going on, like negatively dead. So then these beings become also can be obstacle beings. So we're offering to them, these deeds. And to all the spirits, termas, tirans, gods and female gods. So these different kind of types of the obstacle beings. So no, all my karmic debts are paid, burnt in the what is a scarlet flames. So using this fire and burning this food offering, small offering, and paying back to our negative debts and karma, and our family negative debts, karma, and also, commentary countries negative debts, karma, and purify their negative karma too. Then, whatever each one desires, may the object of their desire reign dom. For as far and as long as space exists, are dedicating exhaustible among of sensual stimulants. Okay, so this one, and just we offering to them is each one desire, means like some need food, some need clothes, some need drinks, some need fire, some need smoke, or different kind of beings. So whatever their need, we fear them desires. And diversity beings, they need different kind of the diversity beings has diversity desires. So we fear them desires and benefit for them. When they receive and satisfy with joyful, peaceful, and calm, relax, plankton, I think good energy for them, like positive energy, good karmic imprints for spiritual energy for them. So that's the purpose of the, I think, small offering benefit. Worldly we have sometimes like others, worldly level helping, but then they receive that, of course, when they receive like benefit the moment, but we don't planting them spiritual energy. I think use small offerings, we benefit them is like planting their mind is a spiritual energy. So whatever each one desire, may the object of the desire random. For us far and as long as space exists, then this desire, like what we planting spiritual energies, like no exhaustible, no going to finish, like the benefit is like the benefit is goes long as space exists. Strong aspiration and unlimited aspiration, immeasurable aspiration, are dedicated to exhaustible among of sensual stimulants. I think stimulants, very strongly, aspiration dedicating. So that's we finish there today, the teaching, and we go back to the practice. Practices we are in the on our home, the drum below there. So going to share continue tomorrow this teaching, and also we're going to practice tomorrow too. I'm going to create the same exactly today. We have small offering object, and also you can burn incense and put some offering object also possible if you can. It's good too. Even you cannot burn the due to your place to stay, and you can use just only incense also good, or you can just create like teacups, like tea or coffee and drinks put in the cup and offering. And when we finish, you offer to outside. That's also good to do. So now, Om Ahom, Om Ahom. Go back to Om Ahom, Om Ahom, Om Ahom, Om Ahom, Om Ahom. Chant couple this Om Ahom mantra. Om Ahom, 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 Om Om Ahom Ahom Ben Zang Guru Ben Moi Zide Hong Om Ahom Ben Zang Guru Ben Moi Zide Hong Om Ahom Ben Zang Guru Ben Moi Zide Hong Om Ahom Ben Zang Guru Ben Moi Zide Hong Om 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 Ben Zang Guru Ben Moi Zide Hong. On page 7, I think page 7, yeah. And conclusion. Gozom da ba nu je yar ye se jie long zhe som nan se zu bong nan de ze xie wen jia wu bar nan gang kor wan yan de sa mi de ze ju to mi de ne da da yin jie de Nan sen zhong de jir ba yong lang ho, sa lam zhe wei yong den tar sen shen, da gom ju be bar jie gen sar ne, mi zong gen zang to jen ka yen se, yo ne beng ge den se sin bar shu, kor wei jiang zo qian bo dong ben tar, Om Pe Ma Zha Wai San Jie Xiu Pong Kang Si Zi Zham Dang Si Jin Bar Ga Mar San Sen Si Zi De Dong Bar Do Nye Nin Ji Si Zi Qi Yen Gang Na Sen Koron De Dor Jie Wong E Shen Lin Zhou Zhou San Jie Be Si Jin Bur Wen jie len jia dang jie san jie re jie, da dai jiu la men nen to lo xia, ma wong zhi ben kur lo ma jiu re jie, so da re san sen ri ban zin ba ye, dong jie la ba san ha dam zi re, so re dang ma so re nyang ban to lo xia,内东之当么藏大九儿节，内蒙宗节嘎尔巴学九儿节，他们为什翁为什么多？现在拉玛登真巴尔节多，不有儿嘎么西北登尼多，拉了加尔比索沃的巴多。一把千波接当九州多，大江口儿接咱们西巴多， Samsung Gongbe Ne Todo Ne So now go to dedication, and then mention about some is if you wanted to do longer one, and then go back to another sadhana. So that's why they're saying another, or you wanted to do again and again. So go back to again, but now this going to dedication section. Jarwa chebe ni joro je tamjin todang kan joro je radron do ba sem joro je lencha shangkon jan joro je sonye yongse zo joro je dimye bakya ta joro je tamba kenye top joro je jimba jachin jirpan de yente Browe tongde ranzong sanje sho, menje jarwa namje madrwe, jewe tsonan jimbe jorjor je, yombo kandan derne la joror tam, sa onde parnang kujang rong, jiga namla tade samzi jen, 年当今的起来就把人说给我的也给我跟送南一些做做人送南一些来送为当把个你都把人说别当作为马给别一些诺为报上人现今人话工作吧 Samban Rebeta Shisho. Thank you everyone. So now I'm going to have a share with you something very exciting information with you. Today is a good day, special day. And I want to share with you some special announcement here. Can you see?
Yes, Kempo, we can see.
Okay. Please join the Tara Stupa Mandala. So I have a lot of information here, and due to for world peace and also receiving Tara blessing and connect to Tara Mandala. So I want to do this Tara Stupas in the world. So wherever the condition comes, and some we already built, some is on the path, some is going to feature and going to make organizing the plane is wherever the condition comes. So the donation will support the building of stupa in Tibet and many other countries for world peace. And each sponsor will receive one of the 100 crystal Tara to become part of this mandala of Mary, similar to one bead joining the other bead on a mandala string. So we have only 108 Tara crystal. This 108 Tara crystal is we offering to Garchin Rinpoche when we went to Arizona, this international Sangha. Going to meet him, we're offering to him. So then he giving back to us is and he also share these informations for us. So this is a short information, and after also Garchin Rinpoche's message. Support World Peace Tara Stupa vision to build 8 Tara Stupas. Khenpo Samdro has an aspiration to create 8 Tara Stupa in place around the world in order to benefit countless sentient beings as part of a long life offering to HH in Garchin Rinpoche in May 2023. Khenpo Sangha present HH in Garchin Rinpoche with 108 Tara crystal for his long life. Rinpoche kept 1 crystal Tara and gifted the remaining 107 crystal Tara to Kempo Samdro in order to raise funds for building this stupa in the world. So he give me back, he give back all the Sangha, just everyone, our Sangha have responsible, and not only me, we giving to for all the Sangha as this message for everyone. And he take one Tara crystal and he's kept and do his aspiration. And then second one I did donating and I kept. So now we have 106. The first 106 donors to stupa building fund will receive a crystal Tara in supplication of their support. In this way, each sponsor will become part of this immense mandala of merit, similar to one bead joining the other beads on a mala string. So this now we have 108 crystal. I mean the 106 right now is, and who received that is a part of this mandala string. So then this is a Garchen Rinpoche's message. Garchen Rinpoche's message to Global Sangha. When presented with these offerings of 108 Tara crystals, Garchen Rinpoche shared some words to help us understand the immense benefit of building stupas. The building of stupas in different places of the world is very important because it benefits the country wherever you are building the stupa. The merit of stupa is immense, so immeasurable. Even if one is an animal and doesn't understand its meaning, so even the animals don't know what means stupa, just going around its one accumulated such immense merit. Even animal just seeing the stupa and go around the stupa, so they receive the spiritual connections, in their mind, that we can cleansing their mind and the spiritual energy. So that's what their benefit and measurable and immense merit. This is the kind of merit that will stay with you until you attain enlightenment. So we receive these merits until enlightenment, benefit others. Encourage you to have the determination in your mind to continue to engage in such activity of building the stupas. Anyone who makes us connection to such a stupa will benefit from it. Not only this life, but until attaining enlightenment. The merit is really immeasurable. If you have such a merit, then you will temporarily become liberated from suffering of samsara, and automatically you will attain the state of the enlightenment. So in this way, sentient beings can gradually become liberated from samsara. These representations of the Buddha's enlightened body, speech, and mind, like the stupa, for example, creates such as a merit for that to be accomplishment. So this all messages come from Garchen Rinpoche. He shared during, that time. We offering to this crystal to Eminence Garchen Rinpoche, and then he blessing all these crystals and sharing these instructions for us. Then regarding these crystal Tara statues, the Tara is extremely precious, and her true nature is the space, like nature of the mind. When you look at the crystal Taras, this transcending crystal image of Tara appear, and that image is connecting to the inner Tara within your own mind. So you look to Tara crystal and also transcending our, emotions, thoughts, and then image. This power of image helps like become connect into our mind. Is inner Tara's mind. So that's the message here, main point, I think, which is your own Buddha nature. When all obscuration are purified, then that mind itself is Tara. One is really being able to benefit others. Stupa is like eye of the blind. So stupa is like same as eye, so who is blind. For those who do not understand karma and the past and the future lives, and it is also a hurt for the heartless, showing bodhichitta, the precious of love, the preciousness of love, temporary and automatically. Our minds are one when we cultivate bodhichitta. At that time, our mind becomes one with the mind of all the Buddhas. If we just cultivate bodhichitta for one single time, it is extremely significant. Tashi Delek to all of you, Eche and Garchin Rinpoche. So, this is the Tara crystal. And then it's also contact information here. And also donation, like everything, information is here. You can receive this flyer and also English Sangha, so you can receive these flyers, you can log. And Chinese Sangha, like we request to Shirap, he can translation to Chinese, so then Chinese Sangha can see this information, and all your heart and your recognize, so the log to in this, because the crystal, this information, and this donation is go to Tara stupas. Like we're going to do only like for a special object for offering to the who built the Tara stupa. So the of course construction, this with this 100 Tara crystals donations not enough. Then only we can provide for each Tara stupa for special object. So when build the stupa, we not only the outer, form body. We need so much inside special things. So when all these donations go to, like inner special object, mantras, special texts, and there need many diversity things inside their treasure objects. So we're going to use that for this fun. And then we have only 106 Tara crystals. 108 people has opportunity to do this for, this mandala 6, the 108 106 we have, so you have opportunity to join that. And so then if you have asked questions, and you can ask question, and to organizers, and so then also you're going to receive, I think, emails, informations, how to you can donate, and how to you can receive crystals, Tara crystals. That's I have shared with you today. Today is a special, auspicious day, so good combination. So that's why, and sharing with you with this small offering, special mountain energy. Thank you. And we finish also dedication today, and the already done, finish. So you want to leave, you can leave. You want to ask questions, you can stay ask questions. I can take questions too. Yuku has a question. Okay, Yuku who?
Campbell, I have a question.
Oh,
请问一下，
1 second, Lyman. I think that you
Okay.
got started. Thank you. Just raise your hand.
Sorry, because I was outside, so I couldn't use my computer.
No problem. No problem.
Yuku who, please?
我想问一下，就是募捐的话，募捐那个佛塔具体的一个方式是什么？
Campbell is asking about how the details about how to donate the money to the stupa.
Oh, that's we're going to share information more detail.
中文的资讯呢，我在处理当中我会在直接时候发布给各位知道啊。
好的，好的，谢谢上师。
好了 ，Thank you，龙姐。
You, Debe.
Thank you for this teaching, Khenpo Rinpoche. Can you tell me, is there any special relationship between the Riwo Sangcho and wind horse practice?
Weighing horse practice, I think there's many different kind of weighing horse practice. Like weighing horse practice, I think is for prayer-like, right? Prayer-like ceremony.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And so usually just a small offering and then hang the prayer-like too. Special days.
Okay.
So can be together, you know. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jing Jing.
请问一下，是像那个市民自洗那个问题。
Campbell, about the four sides, the four what of the Dzogchen teaching. Just now you mentioned about the four. What do you
Yes.
call this in English? Yeah. What are the four things? You know, the four visions. Campbell.
What is 4 wishes? Or I mentioned about a lot. 4 things,
Four
right?
visions, the generating bodhichitta there. Yeah.
Where is that?
In the generating bodhichitta section. The four visions. You talk about the bliss, maybe it's a joy, maybe it's a bliss, maybe it's a.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
I shared that information. So no, it's good. It's listening the video recording and what I shared.
上次，
Also, I know just I think that not 100% sure. I mentioned about 4.
关于这个，上次回答说关于这个市民，刚才已经讲了，给各位重播，上次讲过的这个录影片段。然后关于这个市民到底是指所谓的世袭啊，世空啊，还是所谓的这些大圆满宗的教法呢？人们就说不大确定可以比如说法性现前啊，正悟增长在，是不是表达这4个也未必是确定的。
Thank you.
好，谢谢哦。
谢谢。
姐，
尊敬的仁波切，还有一个问题可以，我想问一下就是我们当自观为莲师的时候，我们需要观想种子字周围的皱蔓转动，或者是种子字收放光这个过程。感恩。
好，Rinpoche, when we visualize ourselves as Guru Pama Sambhava, should we visualize the 6 syllable in the center of our heart and the mantra rosary surrounding and then light coming out, something like that? Do we have to visualize it that way?
In this text, like today we're sharing this Riwo Sangcho, not really mention about that, right? Just you visualize yourself as a Pema Sambhava. That's okay, but usually when we visualize ourselves, like Om is, like Om Ahom syllable blessing. That you can do like Om is like forehead, eyes, throat, Hom is heart, to like that is. That's so good to do.
Right. How about 6 syllable can belong in our heart and surrounded by Om Ahom Bezang Guru Pema Sityo, the rosary?
You can do that, but today the no really mention about like this one, right? That's also like nothing wrong. When you are with chant mantra, like you can do that.
所以上师说，这个法本里面没有很明确的说明必须要观想，比如说白色的唵字在额间，红色的阿字在喉间，然后蓝色的吽字在心间。可是你叫观想也未尝不可。然后观想莲师的种子是在心间，然后被他那个莲师的心咒的泛字所围绕着也可以。凡是你念诵本尊的咒语、观想本咒，都可以做这样的观想。可是这个法本里面没有很明确的要求各位必须要做这样的观想。好了。
Okay, go back to Laming.
Hi, Temple. I have a question about bodhichitta and compassion.
这个
and the loving kindness and which is the King Rinpoche said that if you have loving kindness and compassion, then you will attain bodhichitta. That's no problem. But I really don't know that about, because bodhichitta is a lot related to liberation, the enlightenment, the bodhi, the enlightened mind. So if that's the case, why the compassion and loving kindness related to bodhichitta? I don't understand.
So Laming, bodhichitta has a two. Bodhichitta has a relative truth bodhichitta, absolute truth bodhichitta.
Okay.
Compassion, love is causes of relative truth bodhichitta.
But from what King Rinpoche say that that's enough. Loving kindness and compassion is enough to attain the bodhichitta.
Yeah, it's enough. Another level enough. Yes.
So because I encounter a problem and I also challenge myself because I thought that I want liberation. I thought that I want to enlightenment. But then I found out when I was trying to help others, try and use, and I found that most people really only want you to loving them and to want to attain loving kindness instead of really liberation or something. So I was asking myself, do I really want liberation? And so I don't understand from the compassion and loving kindness. I have a teacher told me all the loving kindness in the world cannot alleviate you from suffering. And I told my teacher I just want loving kindness. And when he said that, I was like,
I mean, I know you know love and the compassion. You know.
But why is related to enlightenment? Why is related to liberation? Because I feel very frustrated now because I was facing that stage. I just feel that loving kindness and compassion have nothing to do with renunciation, isn't it?
They do everything together.
But when you renounce the world, you want to abandon all these kind of worldly activity and worldly thing about loving and compassion because you don't have to, you just want to renounce. And renounce means I gave up, I abandoned all these kind of things. Then how can you?
Long as you have renounced, then your true compassion arise. Without renounce, how can be true compassion arise? Because you don't see the.
So what is true compassion? What is true compassion?
You don't know the people. We don't recognize that we are suffering. Okay, we don't recognize we are suffering. We don't recognize other beings are suffering without renunciation. If we don't recognize we are suffering, others are suffering, no arise compassion. No possible arise.
I feel I understand the suffering, but I see that when I see people suffering and I see the cause of suffering, I see the suffering itself. But sentient being really love samsara, really love suffering. What can you do?
So that's why compassion.
Okay, we are going a circle.
They don't want they have renunciation, they want enlightenment, then we don't need to compassion. But why we have to compassion? Because they really want samsara, they like samsara. That's why I have to compassion arise. Thank you all, Laming. Next one is who's
I will think more. I will find a difficult question for you again. Bye-bye.
Jaja, G or G? J.
Jay, oh, hi. Thank you, Kempo. Okay, so my question is, what's the difference between Riwo Sancho and the white sword practice? What's the main difference?
Okay, the Riwo Sancho is root of the small offerings. Riwo Sancho is root of small offerings. Small offering, we have many offerings. So the white sword also many diversity sources, and that's a good question. Very similar, but it's also different. Similar is you know, this small offering we use small, more is small, and small helps become release obstacles and cleansing and release negative energy. So us like offering to the enlightened beings, more is like focus for, you know, offering enlightened beings, and ask them help to release our obstacles. The soul, white soul offering is focus for the lower realm beings. So make the fire and we don't put the smoke. And then burn the food. Food is like dedication to hungry ghost and the lower realm beings. Then also the food is we offering like enlightened beings, because when you burn the food like without enlightened beings blessing, then no power. That's why we offering to enlightened beings, then ask them to help to, you know, like hungry ghost and remove the hungry ghost negative karma and benefit for hungry ghosts. So focus for hungry ghosts.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. And then there also just mostly substantial is similar, but some substantial there's we don't need it for white sword because we don't burn the plants, you know, trees, leaf, like no create smoke, and so then some that kind of object is we don't need a soul offering, white soul offering. Yeah. Okay, so AG.
Hi, Rinpoche. I had a question about when we do these kind of offerings and suffering in the world still happens. And I was thinking about this when you did Shower of Blessings too. Specifically, I presume that in Tibet, in the 50s and 60s and 70s up until now, many offerings were made for the good fortune of the country, and that things would go well with what was occurring. And yet many terrible suffering.
It so you know, that's a small offering connect with the more spiritual, and the people who does this practicing, they're free from suffering, they're happy and joy, and they're, you know, release the suffering, they benefit others. Okay, so then there has a different levels. Thank you, Tashi Delay, and everyone. Tashi Delay, see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Kempo.
Okay, Tashi Delay.
Tashi Delay.
谢谢仁波切。
Thank you, Khenpo Rinpoche.
感恩仁波切。
Thank you, Khenpo.
感恩仁波切，感恩仁波切。
Thank you, Gardoma.
Ciao.